Tamera, Vaughn, good to see you both. Thanks so much for your time.
Hi, Pete. How's it going?
It's going really well. It's going really well. Now, Vaughn, I'm really curious about this because I watch a lot of these, cooking and baking competition shows, and there are
Yeah.
kind of moments where they pan to the judges and they're watching the competition. But outside of that, I always wonder what else the judges doing prep wise or figuring things out. Like, what's that like for you specifically, besides like watching them bake? Like, is there a preparation for judges specifically? I always thought about that.
Um, Usually it's just like us like chit-chatting and talking. No, I well actually one thing that was interesting was usually at the end of every day when we would wrap, we would go over the next week's challenge and we would go over it with the culinary team that was there to read through the recipe, like especially
Yeah.
the like holiday festive bake that they would do at the beginning of the episode that they had no idea what they're making. Like we read through that recipe to make sure that it would make sense to a home baker. And I think that
Yes.
that was something that was important for like both me and Anna, our other judge, to like be able to see how something was written out. Like, do we think that this is actually going to take
Mhm.
this long? Is it
Really
actually going to
guys
be
are.
doable for them? And we actually ended up changing, I think, a couple
You did.
things last minute because we were like, there's no way they're going to be able to do this.
Thoughtful
Yeah.
of the judges to do that.
Everybody
I
to be
love
shown
that.
in their best
That's
light,
nice.
you know?
You saved that question because based on like your first response, I thought I made that a lot deeper than it was. Like what judges? So, Tamara, I want to ask because I do find it also interesting as well
Okay.
because hosting is its own thing, and you're not playing a character. You don't have to memorize like any lines or specific. But I'm wondering,
So
like,
true.
how completely separate or different is it from doing something scripted and acting? Like, is it a completely
Oh
different thing? Is it a
my
little
gosh.
similar mindset? Like, I'm curious about that.
I mean, there are some major differences. Yes, I don't have to memorize lines, but I do have to memorize kind of moments. Like I have to memorize which week theme we're going to be focusing on, when I'm going to come in and what I want to get out of the contestants. Um but I will say the one thing that's the same is I always want to, even when you're acting, you always want to bring a little bit of yourself to the role. Because that's my mom always said, being a twin, even though we look alike, we are different, and there's something that makes you unique. So bringing yourself always brings that uniqueness.
Mhm.
Even though I'm a twin, we're uniquely different. Vaughn is different from me, and I feel that when you bring that, that is what makes the show, the show. People tend to say I'm very, I guess, warm. I
Can
genuinely
confirm.
thank you. I really love people. I love people. I love hearing their stories. I love hearing what motivates them. So, like I would bring a little bit of myself to the role, I wanted to bring myself to hosting Baked with Love. So
Yeah.
when you see me going around and speaking with the pairs, I'm most of the time I'm literally just listening and engaging.
No, absolutely. And Vaughn, I kind
Mhm.
of want to ask you, like, at some point, like before you've done like it's not your first thing doing like where you see a competition show or
Yes.
like in the cooking world, right? But I'm wondering,
Yes.
like, they tell you, okay, bake with love holiday, and at some point you get there and see everything. But I'm wondering what it's like for you, like before seeing everything, right? Because it's one thing to kind of picture in
That's
your
so true.
mind, you know what I mean? But then you get there and it's like bake with love, holiday countdown, Christmas, Hallmark, all the decor. Like, what's that like for you? We actually get to see it.
Oh yeah, I mean this was my first like full-on television competition program,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
I honestly didn't really know that much of what to expect, right? Like in the pre-production, you're clued into the challenges. We have input and what the challenges are. Like this could be good for this could be good for this. We're working with the producers in some ways, shapes and forms. It's not always like we're not like actually like executive producing the
Mhm.
challenges or anything like that. But there was nothing that really could have prepared me for like the magic of walking into that barn because it was so well done. Like it was incredibly like just detailed.
Yes.
I hope that they got detail shots of things, and I even just watching the first couple episodes, I
think
know
they
they did,
did.
but like even the pantry, the way that it was like stocked and laid out, and like the fake. Sorry, the fake snow on the ground. The snow on the ground outside, like, was just very magical, and it really did kind of transport us every morning from like going from, the hair and makeup
Trailer
trailer to like to
to
the set.
the
You're
North
like,
Pole.
yeah, you're like literally walking into this beautifully warm, inviting space.
Yes. Hosting other baking shows, I will say, I did have an expectation.
Mhm.
You know, knowing what happens when things go awry, how you feel when you have to tell a contestant to go home. But there was something special about walking into that barn, and I have to give, the producers, the casting department props here because you really did feel um, that Christmas spirit
Mhm.
in July.
Yeah.
I think that's well, we shot it, I think, the summer, right?
Yeah,
Sometime.
like yeah.
And you really did feel like you were at the North Pole. I got genuinely excited when I would introduce each theme every week um, because I felt like I was immersed in Christmas during the summer.
Mhm.
It was just lovely. And I think
Mhm.
it was also though just the people the crew, they were excited, they were great, they loved what they were doing, they were passionate about it. The bakers, their
Yeah,
personalities were
amazing.
warm, grateful.
I had no idea I was gonna be so invested
Hmm.
in the journey of each team. Like the journeys of each team as they navigated the weeks and implemented feedback and like getting excited ourselves to see what they dreamt up of baking in a certain challenge was like really cool. And I think we like became invested
Yeah.
in teams, like all of the teams, to make sure that they were like doing the best that they possibly could do.
Absolutely. No, I can't wait for people to see Bake with Love Holiday
Oh,
product
thank
countdown to
you.
Christmas on Hallmark Channel. Tamera Vaughn, it was so
Yeah.
great chatting with you both. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Great to
Thank you
chat you too.
too.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.